What is up, guys? This is Odd Job Entertainment, doing a bit of an unscripted section because it's necessary. Thanks to the generosity of one of our org members, namely Schlagzon, we now have a Carrack for the org. And that is a goal that I thought nearly impossible in our current standing. We're a very small organization, and Schlagzon chanced upon a very generous benefactor, and he decided to share it with the org. And we were able to buy a Carrack and a Aegis Eclipse to round out our fleet. And I just want to go on record saying thank you, Schlag. This was an incredibly generous donation that you've given us. I'm sure you've got a long friends list, and you know, one could say, yeah, you just gave it to your org, but it's more than that, because you've said it's more than that. You made it very personal when we were playing, saying that, you know, that you were grateful to me for these events that I've planned. And it's hard for me to say that and not sound like I'm boasting of myself, but I'm just paraphrasing what Schlag himself said. And, you know, to be honest, I don't feel that I have done anything particularly impressive to deserve this kind of generosity. It is very humbling that that I, on behalf of the org, or on behalf of myself even, am receiving this kind of support. So thank you, Schlag. We will be using this Carrack for all kinds of org events to come. And hope you stick around with us for every one of those. I can't tell you that. My lips are sealed until you see it. Put it in my primary residence, right? Isn't that what happened?
Yes.
Okay.
I bought the red cutlass yesterday, and that's where I threw it at.
So
God, it has to
excited,
be exact.
and I just can't fight it.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I had it set onto the Oculus mic for some reason.
Ah.
Okay, so anybody that has the ability to record should get ready to do so. Everybody should be with Schlag at Arc L1.
We already know who Schlags favors the most.
You should have called shotgun.
It cost each of them $5. Don't worry about it. All right, last jump.
Okay, I'm going to move to the side before anybody sees that embarrassing parking job. No, I was never on the pad. What are you talking about?
A brand new car!
It's a me!
Holy cow! It's a clown. Oh, whoa. No! I thought I fell to the ground. Oh my god.
Oh, man.
Dang.
Oh, she's a beaut.
Yes. What? How?
So Schlag found an incredibly generous benefactor, and rather than keep it for himself, he shared it with the org. So
Holy
this
cow.
is in a huge way all thanks to Schlag.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, Schlag.
Not a
Good
problem.
work,
I want to pay
Schlag.
this forward. This org had a great night. First time I ever met McCool, and I've loved it ever since.
Dang.
So have fun, explore the new Halo ship for the org.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a while before we top this one.
How much was it?
26 million.
Oh my
Wow.
god.
Anvil Carrack. Oof.
I mean,
Jeez, what's
this
the
is
cargo
one
space
of
in
the
this
rarest ships in the game.
Yeah.
What's
And
the
if someone
cargo
doesn't
space?
mind opening the hangar door, I'm gonna land the Pisces.
Yes, let us figure out how to do that.
Oh my god.
Wow.
There's an elevator in the middle?
There's an everything
Cargo,
in the middle. This has
cargo.
cargo, med bay. This is like
What?
the dream ship for everything that we do.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. I'm at the hangar. So there's got to be a button here somewhere to open this thing, right?
Yes.
Ooh.
Two remote and two on the side, man.
Technical deck, habitation deck, what? Subdeck,
Cartography
Yeah, it's
deck.
got 4 decks.
cartography. What the heck?
Here we go. Okay, doors opening now, Schlag.
Very nice.
So we were a little worried the Pisces might give it away, and Tally might have had a clue about that. Since the Pisces is, of course, designed exactly to fit inside the Carrack.
Yes.
That's right, we
Yeah.
have a ship big enough to put other ships inside of now.
Oh.
I mean, I guess we technically had that with the C2, but like we actually have a hangar on our ship. Okay, take it away, Lance.
Thank you for choosing Lance Vader Tours. This is our tour of the Anvil Carrack, one of Anvil's largest and most impressive ships to date. The Anvil Carrack is intended as a deep space exploration ship. Right now, we're standing in the lower bridge, which has the pilot's chair and 2 chairs for co-pilots. There's an elevator that leads to the upper bridge and a door that leads back to the habitation level, which is where we will be going now. This is the habitation deck. It has the captain's room and office,
Nice
as
and
well as the
cozy.
captain's bathroom.
Throne fit for a king right here.
Cozy quarters, but far from the opulent luxury of the Origin ships. They're still private and lovely quarters.
Look very cozy.
Any captain ought to be proud to have quarters like these.
And this
On
captain
your
most
right.
definitely is.
On your right, you'll see there is a mess hall. The galley and dining area are combined into the same room. And on your left is the recreation hall. The recreation hall also has a few separate rooms inside for the hygiene and comfort of the crew.
There are still vampires, no reflections yet.
Yeah, that's supposed to be next patch. You'll see the crew bathrooms are somewhat less private, and somewhat less nice than the captain bathroom, but they're still lovely. And these are the crew quarters. The Anvil Carrack boasts 5 beds, aside from the captain's bed, for 5 crew members to live here in comfort, relative comfort for a spaceship. Or it could be possible to have up to 10 crew members hot bunking it in significantly less comfort and privacy.
Yeah, that might start a mutiny if I force that.
It is not recommended by the manufacturer for long-term use, no. Another elevator here for travel between the subdeck, the habitation deck, and the technical deck. And of course, the medical quarters, the med bay. The Anvil Carrack boasts a full and complete med bay with all of the conveniences you could expect from a station clinic or even a planetside hospital. This includes a med bed capable of treating Tier 1 through 3 injuries and even regeneration.
This is what really makes this thing a mobile base for players.
There's also a medical storage room, and an office for the ship's doctor.
But come on now, we know that the medical assistants, those are the ones that spend the most time with the patient.
The digital medical assistant makes medical assistants a thing of the past.
Yeah, my current job has been entirely replaced by a computer in the lore of this game.
Behind the habitation deck, we have access to the main elevator of the Anvil Carrack. We will use to explore the next level. The technical deck. The technical deck is where you will find access to engineering. At the very rear of the ship, engineering is what keeps the ship going. Maintenance on the engines can be performed here, and there is access to the port and starboard turrets. These are the ship's engines. And from this elevator, we can access lower engineering. The ship's components and fuel tanks are in lower engineering. Only the ship's engineer needs to come down here, or perhaps the engineer may have an assistant to help him deal with the fuel tanks, replace components, and perform other necessary engineering tasks. Every part of these engines, which is not needed to be outside, is accessible from either the lower engineering deck or the upper engineering. All of this can be observed from the engineer's office or station. And here is access to the starboard turret. The technical deck also has access to the hangar directly above the med bay.
Looks like I left this open. Didn't know that I did that.
Hangar doors are currently open, and it is a lovely day on Hurston.
As beautiful as the days on Hurston do get, with the pollution being what it is.
And since I'm not wearing a helmet, I'm going to go back inside so I don't have to smell it.
Hurston is a lot better to tolerate when your air is filtered.
That is true. Filtered helmets are less a fashion statement and more a necessity here on Hurston.
Yeah, I like the mint scent cartridge in my helmet. What about you?
Pine for me. There is a
Oh.
service ladder that goes between the decks.
Which I did not know that there was a service ladder. That is very handy to know.
Yeah. And we have a drone room. The drone room has chairs for 2 drone operators. Unfortunately, they are currently being serviced, and we do not recommend sitting in these chairs.
Terrible lumbar support anyway.
You'll note there is also room here for several drones of various kinds for exploration. And they can also be worked on in this room, as well as in the workshop. Oh. I don't know why, but suddenly I was unable to breathe.
Oh, it's not good.
I'm gonna put on my helmet and come back in. I guess there's no air in the workshop. Life support is we're gonna look at that issue with the life support later.
Maybe it's you don't want the gases to interfere with your work, right?
Right. I suppose there may have been somebody working with some explosive substances and did not want oxygen interfering with the work.
Yeah, who'd have known that room doubles as a clean room of sorts.
Escape pods are here on the technical deck right before the upper bridge. While the ship is in flight, the upper bridge has a hollow globe, which will be used in the future to navigate. Usually to navigate within one's system or around the planet that one is on. There is a command station from which one can command the ship, though it is recommended that the helm be taken from the pilot's chair when possible. The upper bridge also has a support station, which will be used for scanning, and a gunner station for operating the remote gunnery turret on top of the Carrack. And now we shall come to the smallest deck, the Cartography Deck. Cartography Deck boasts a map of the system, and in the event of arrival at an uncharted system, can be used to chart those systems. Isn't she beautiful?
It is definitely one of the more impressive rooms I've seen in Star Citizen.
Note, this is not the Stanton system. It has 5 planets.
I wonder if they have one in mind of what this is supposed to represent, or if this is just a random assortment.
It's only a model, sir.
Okay.
On second thought, let us not go to Camelot. From the Cartography Deck, one can access an additional escape pods or walk right out on top of the ship.
It is pretty nice that there is actually doors to get into the ship from the top.
In the event of a landing on top of the hangar doors, one can exit a smaller snub ship parked on top of the ship and still access inside.
Yeah. Which I do have some plans for that, so if you are not subscribed, go ahead and fix that problem now so that you can see what those are later.
Being able to walk on top of the Carrack provides you with a good view of the area around which you have left your ship. A very important feature, I believe, in an exploration vessel, especially one so large as the Carrack.
Oh, yeah. Definitely going to get some views up here that you can't get quite anywhere else.
Okay. Another escape pod. Back to the cartography room. And to the main elevator. Only one more deck remains. And it is not the most glamorous of the 4 decks, but that doesn't mean it isn't important. Welcome to the Subdeck. The Subdeck has access to all of the cargo, as well as to the aft turret. This is the aft turret, also the ventral turret. Each of the cargo bays can be accessed via these elevators. And they will be able to be opened separately.
Eventually, I could run an entire dealership for Umbral Cyclones and Hover Quads out of a single Carrack.
Or bring the toys for a very large family gathering.
Oh, yes. The residents of the bunkers will be very excited to see us storming in on those.
The Carrack has 3 of these cargo bays and can hold hundreds of SCU of cargo space. Supplies for many days. The secondary elevator is accessible from this deck, as is the docking collar, conveniently located on the port side of the ship. The Carrack only has 2 exits, or entrances, and that's the small one. The big one being the very large ramp at the front of the ship. This is a perfect place for storing small vehicles. This concludes our tour of the Anvil Carrack.
Thank you, Vader. Another fine tour as always.
Thank you.
Got some wind picking up. Hard to. I guess the wind is trying to say you have blown us away with the quality of the tour.
Thank you.
Well, if you like what you see, we are an org that has a active focus on training new players and helping them on the learning curve that is Star Citizen. But this is also the saddest part of the video. It's the end. So like, share, comment, subscribe, do all the YouTube things and let me know what you think. And until next time, this is Odd Job Entertainment, signing off.